Hi everyone, this is Lars. Welcome to Colibrio TV. Today I thought I would show you how the screen reader accessibility features work in the vanilla reader. This is something that I've put a lot of work into, and I think it works fairly well actually. But there are some tricks that I thought I would show you. So without any further ado, let's move over to the vanilla reader. Okay, so here we are in the vanilla reader, and as you can see by the yellowish rectangle, the reading position is on the first heading of the page. Now let's start NVDA, which is the screen reader I will use for this session.
Vanilla Reader Google Chrome, incognito. Vanilla Reader document. Clickable frame opening eyes onto inclusion and diversity in early childhood education heading.
And as you can see by the blue rectangle, it places the screen reader focus on current reading position is. So the next step is that we'll turn on the accessibility mode, which is a preset I made to make it easier for screen reader users to use the reading system. And that you enter that by pressing Alt-Z on Windows.
Alert UI is in accessibility mode. Clickable frame opening eyes onto inclusion and diversity in early childhood.
And we keep the accessibility focus on the right place, of course, on the reading position. And we also alerted the user that we are now in accessibility mode. Now I can start traversing the content by pressing the down arrow, for example, if I want to step by step read the publication.
Heading level 2, Michelle Turner and Amanda Morgan. What can educators do to create inclusive early childhood contexts that provide children and families with the opportunity to develop understandings of difference and diversity?
You can also press the NVDA key and arrow down to just read continuously. And this is normally where we have a problem when we build reading systems, because at least in NVDA, the accessibility, when the review cursor or the review mode moves down the document doesn't scroll. So the reading system doesn't know where the accessibility focus is. But do not fret, because we have solved this in a neat way. But let's continue reading and you'll see what I mean.
Families with the opportunity to develop understandings of difference and diversity. Key learnings. List with 4 items. Bullet. Diversity is a characteristic of early childhood education in contemporary Australia. Bullet. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child sets out the principle that all children have the right to feel accepted and respected.
So as you can see, we're down in the aside, key learnings aside, and the reading system hasn't gotten any information that the reading position has changed. But in the vanilla reader, you can now press the space bar.
Heading level 2, app actions. Button close dialog. App actions region tree view. App actions region. Tree view. Level 1, where am I?
And a neat thing here is that we have now moved the reading focus to this place. So by just pressing enter or space, we get this app action menu where we can actually do interesting things, and we're sure that the reading system has updated its reading position to be correct. So now I can, for example, press where am I?
Alert, you are at 27% in opening eyes onto inclusion and diversity. Section opening eyes onto inclusion and diversity in early childhood education. Closest previous heading Michelle Turner and Amanda Morgan.
And I can also bookmark this place.
5 of 7 level 1. Expanded. Level 2 bookmark reading position 1 of 4. Bookmark reading position 1 of out of alert bookmark added. Alert visible content has bookmarks. Press Alt plus Shift plus O to list them. Out of list out of frame button previous. Clickable frame list with 4 items.
And as you can see, or you can hear, we've added a bookmark. These narrated alerts basically are a big part of the user experience for screen reader users. I have added these notifications basically when anything happens that would normally have a visual cue, like the icon popping up in the side of the page here to alert us that we have a bookmark. It also told us that if we press Alt-Shift-O, we will get a list of the bookmarks that are currently in view.
Heading level 2 bookmark in view. Button close dialog. List with one item. List. Opening eyes onto inclusion and diversity in early childhood education link.
This is very important, of course, because as you scroll through this document, we need to know when we have a bookmark or an annotation in view so that we can open that and interact with that specific bookmark. So we can keep this actually. Let's close the
frame button previous. Clickable frame.
Close the dialog by pressing escape. All dialogues are exited using escape or by the exit button, which is always the first item in the dialog. So let's add an annotation. This is normally a super tricky part. So let's move a bit down here. So we have maybe
out of list in early childhood education, diversity and inclusion go to pair of wings, fish and chips, hops and skips, socks and shoes, salt and pepper.
Okay, so this might not be super obvious to you, but there is on the first line that you can see here, there is a light yellow rectangle. That is the cursor, so to speak, that where we started reading. To add an annotation to this place, what we do is that we copy the text that we want to annotate to the clipboard, and we do this by just pressing the NVIDIA key and F9 to add a start marker.
Start marked.
And then we can just traverse the text by pressing the down key or the left or right key. So let's end here at the end of fish. And to copy this to the clipboard, I just press the NVDA key and F10 twice.
Copy to clipboard, pair of wings, fisher.
And to now add an annotation to this specific position, I can do two things. One of two things. I can press the spacebar, as we did before, to open the App Actions menu, and I can go down to the Highlights menu, and I can choose Highlight Clipboard Contents. But I can also, in this case, actually choose to press. Sorry, I can choose to press Shift, Alt, and I.
HTTP close allow button one of alert visible
and
content
I have to first
+H to list them. Alert highlight added. Vanilla Reader Google Chrome incognito.
I first have to allow Chrome to use my clipboard, and then now, as you can see, I've added a bookmark, an annotation to this very specific position within the document. And just as I could with the bookmarks, I can press Shift, Alt, and H to view the annotations that are currently in view.
Heading level 2 highlights in view. Button close dialog. List with one items link opening eyes onto inclusion and diversity in early childhood education. List.
So in this case, let's edit this highlight.
Dialog. Close dialog button. Go to highlighted location link. Highlighted text note edit multi-line blank.
Let's add a note. Fish
space. V.
Can have wings. And let's change the color to blue.
Out of frame button previous. Clickable frame in early childhood
and
education.
I pressed enter, and that saved
fish and
the
chips, hops and skips, socks and shoes, salt and pepper, strawberries and cream.
And that saved the annotation. So I can now open it again. You will see that it's blue.
Dialog. List with one items link. List.
And not only that, we also have a note.
Out of frame button previous. Clickable frame in early childhood education.
So let's go to another document and jump back here and see what happens.
Fish and chips, hops and skips.
So I'm going to go to another chapter. And now, instead of pressing Shift, Alt, and H, I'm going to just press Alt and H.
Heading level 2 highlights. Button close dialog.
So I can see all the highlights in the book.
Inclusion and diversity in early childhood education. Link close dialog but list with 1 items open
And
right
let's
to
go
inclusion
to
and
this
diversity in early childhood education.
annotation.
Pair of wings. Out of alert visible content has highlights. Press Alt plus Shift plus H to list them. Out of frame button previous.
And as you could hear and see, by the way, we're now at the place where we added the annotation. And again, it also alerted me that I can use the keyboard shortcuts to proper keyboard shortcuts to get to the annotations in question that are in view at this very moment. Okay, let's do searching. Again, you have the app actions menu that you can use, or you can use Alt S.
Dialog. Enter search term edit has autocomplete.
So let's see here.
Term blank.
I've searched for a bunch of stuff before, as you can see, but let's see. I can search for ice.
Y-E-S. Alert search returned 48 results.
Okay, search returned 48 results. That's a lot of results.
So
let's move down this page.
Link ourselves in multicultural dialect. Susan Carter and Mark Creed donate. Opening eyes to vision impairment. Opening out of frame button previous.
And here you can see that we had a lot of search results, and we start by narrating and putting focus on the particular result that I selected from from the list. I can go back to the list.
Dialog. Search results region.
And
list.
we can go
Level
to
1 book
another
section blaring or flickering lights and slash or over. Opening eyes to vision impairment. Inclusion is just another way of seeing overexposed. The digital device dilemma. Digital.
And you can see again that we actually end up at the correct place in the text, which is a good thing if you're searching through a book. Yes. So these are the main things I think, right, that you want to do. You want to be able to
opening eyes to vision impairment.
You want to be able to
out of frame button previous.
navigate
frame,
deterministically to a place and be actually end up at the place that you expected to end up. You want to be able to highlight and annotate. You want to be able to get a notion of where you are in the book, and in the vanilla reader that's Alt W, or again by opening the actions menu.
App actions region. Alert, you are at 2% in opening eyes on to inclusion and diversity. Section introducing the key ideas. Closest previous heading Susan Carter.
Yes. So these are the basic things that you will use daily, I guess, when you use the vanilla reader, or if you implement this in your own reading system. These are the things that I think you should add. So yeah, I guess this is what I wanted to show you guys. So thank you for your attention.